All right, welcome back to Conversation Convos. And yeah, so my question for you is um alcohol experiences.
Alcohol
Good,
experiences.
bad, and funny.
Okay, good, bad, and funny. This is the fun part because you didn't specify in your question whether it had to be good, bad, or funny for me personally. It could be just an event that's tied to the alcohol.
I mean, it could be either or.
So I'm gonna come in with a gut punch for you.
Well, I'm about
Oh,
to take a sip for that.
a funny time, and I guess you could say it was a funny bad time, was when it was the party at Ray's. It was a cookout,
Oh my god.
and we were young,
I
and
know
I
where you're
think,
going with this one.
and we were doing shots of Fireball. We were freaking mixing something. We were mixing alcohol, some
Oh,
alcohol
but
with
I think we did Bacardi with the
yeah
watermelon.
Bacardi with the watermelon, and then we also did the Bacardi, I think, with the Hawaiian Punch, and you drank a bunch of the freaking blue
Well,
Hawaiian Punch.
because we were trying to replicate the jungle juice. Because when
Yeah.
you're making jungle juice, you have to make like a thick mixture of like a bunch of different like fruits and stuff like that. But obviously, we didn't have like the money that we make now, so we just had to make do with what we got. I think we did put Kool-Aid in there,
Yeah.
and we had like a bunch of like other different like fruity stuff in there. But yeah, go ahead.
But so
Oh, man, fuck you.
we were freaking we were having a blast. I mean, mixing concoctions, and we were going, and then we started drinking. It was a good time. And then all of a sudden you disappeared, and I was like, where the hell did Brian go? I'm like, I'm gonna go inside and check to see if Brian's in the bathroom or like where he is, because he's been gone for a bit. I'm like, it's not like, oh, this dude went to take a piss or a crap, like, and he's back. Like, no, like hiatus for a good like 20 plus minutes. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I went inside, and I was like, well, the bathroom door is wide open, so that's eliminated. And I'm like, well, okay. So I'm looking around, and then I see you laying on the floor in the bedroom, and I'm just like, damn, dude, are you good? And you're like, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I got down on my hands and knees. I'm like trying to like look to make sure you're not like passed out, like passing out or
Yeah.
something, or blacking out. And then you were like,
Blue Hawaiian.
and
All blue Hawaiian
almost went in
punch.
my face, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I ran outside and I vomited. Then Ray came running in because he heard me yell, like, what the fuck? And then he came in and was like, what the fuck? All over my carpet. And then saw the door was open. He's like, dude, why is my door open? And then he came out and he's like, oh shit. He's like, Mike, you good? I'm like, oh, you almost puked on me. Ray was Ray was like, what the hell? He's like, and then he ran back inside and he's like, dude, you better fucking clean that shit up. And then freaking, I went back inside and I was like, I couldn't help but laugh. And then, like, a couple hours later, after you relaxed and you laid down, you were like chilling, and we were chilling. And then Ray's neighbor came home while we were chilling outside on the steps, and she's like, hey, um, what's going on? And then we were like, oh, we were just chilling. We had a cookout. And she's like, oh, that's nice. Like, what did you guys like make? Did you do just burgers and hot dogs? And we're like, burgers, hot dogs, sausage. And she's like, nice. And then you ended up coming out. You, we all turned. She's looking at you, and you're like, hey, what's up? And then,
Dude, I don't even know how, bro. I don't even know how that band-aid was
you
on
had,
my stomach,
you had
bro.
a band-aid
I don't
on
even
your
know where the
stomach.
band-aid even came from. And she's like, is that band-aid? I was like, oh shit. Yeah, not my proudest moment. Definitely not my proudest moment. Nope, definitely not.
So, but yeah, that was a really funny moment that involved alcohol. So like I said, that could have been bad because you were sick and everybody was getting sick. So, but at the same time, it was like really funny. Um, and then I guess you could say a good moment was there was I went to a Luke Bryan concert and it was in Guilford, New Hampshire at the Bank of Pavilion, um, Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. But so we went there, me and my wife, and we had done VIP, and basically we were chilling. We ate some of the food that was there, so we were good. So I was like, we're good. We ate before we came. We ate again when we got here. The little appetizers that they had, nothing major, but I
Yeah,
mean, still
something to
pretty,
get you by.
pretty, yeah. So, and then I was like, well, then I could just spend the money on getting us 2 drinks. And so we both got those cocktails with like the lid on it,
Yeah,
like they had. And so basically, I did that. And there was one, I forget what flavor it was, but Sierra had gotten one. And because a lady had told her, like, oh, you should try this one. And I'm like, that one sounds disgusting. I'm like, I'm not, I'm going to do the other one. And she's like, oh, well, I want to try it. Because if she said it's good and it's sweet, then I want to try it. That shit was so bad. Like,
damn.
it was bad.
Do you remember the flavor?
It was sweet at first, and then it was really like
Sour.
sour. It was really sour, which made you like
Kind of
kind
like
of
yeah,
reel back, like a little overpower. Like I do, like you got the extra Sour Patch Kids, but dude, this was like extra Sour Patch
like
Kids
warheads,
with a warhead put into it on top of that, and
a
then
warhead or crybabies.
yeah, imagine putting those together.
Ooh, damn! My
Yeah,
tongue is just twisting thinking about it.
yeah. I mean, granted, it was a liquid, so it was a little easier because it went straight past the tongue. You kind of got a little quick taste of it, but I
Yeah,
mean, it lingered because of how sour it was. Um, and then it had like a weird bitter. I don't know. There was too much going on in that drink that I was just like, and she didn't want it anymore, and I had already drank like half of mine. And she's like, "Can we switch?" I'm like, "I don't got that much left in mine, so you're not gonna get your full drink that you want." And she's like,
yeah.
I don't care. I just can't drink this one. It's like making me sick." I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder why. It's not the greatest tasting one. You probably should have went with the other one, and then I could have went with that one, or we both could have went with this one." And so we ended up switching, and then I finished off her drink. But I tell you what, that made you feel loose because I
Oh,
feel like the sour one was a lot. It felt not a lot, but it was stronger
yeah.
than the one that I
They
got
probably put a
because I think mine
little
was like
extra.
I think mine was like a strawberry tangerine or strawberry something. It was kind of sweet, but but yeah, I mean that was I felt good. I was feeling the music, kind of like I don't know if you remember the dude who sat in front of us at the concert
Oh yes,
and
I
how
remember
loose he
him.
was.
Definitely, he was.
He was vibing,
Oh
man.
yes, he definitely
Like
was.
that's what I was doing. I was like vibing. So I mean, definitely. I mean, that's why I say I'd probably rate it a 7 or 8 for the concert that we went to, just because one, the venue's brand new, and two, it was kind of like, I wish I could have got a drink or something.
Yeah,
At least
if we
one
had if we were more better funded and stuff like that, which
better established
definitely
in the moment.
yeah. If like I said, like
A lot
again,
happened though. You're
if
talking, you moved. We just got back from vacation, and then trying to do this podcast, get this up and running,
yeah
and then go into Sierra's stepdad's funeral or wake or whatever, um, and then her grandmother passing away
yeah
essentially, and then um, her all just a lot going on.
yeah
So it's just like it was like just go to the concert, enjoy it since we got the tickets, Which, like I said, it was good. I mean,
yeah.
we all like me and you like the acts. We like obviously we like Luke Bryan, and so I think it got a solid 7 to 8.
I would like to see what's his name Morgan Wallace
Morgan
live.
Wallis. Yeah,
I would love to see him live because I like his voice too. But I feel like he has like that type of like genre where he can kind of also go into like that hip hop genre too, because he just did a song not too long ago. It was a remix with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. So
Yeah.
it
Morgan,
wasn't bad.
Morgan Wallen.
Oh yeah, sorry,
I was
Morgan
like
Wallen.
Wallace. I was like trying to think, but yeah, but he's good.
Yeah.
Trying to think the song that he's one of the songs he's well known for.
Um,
If I had some help, he's part of that song with
yeah.
Post Malone,
Yep.
and then he's got "I'm the Problem." Um,
Oh, oh. Thinking
Whiskey Glass,
whiskey glass and thinking about me.
make it through. Yeah,
Yeah. When you texting, when you
yeah.
thinking
I had
about
to look
me.
that one up because I was like, but yeah, no, definitely. That's the joy that I'm trying to get Sierra to kind of realize, like, hey, okay, I've seen Luke Bryan a couple times. Let me take a break. Hey, I've seen Big Time Rush a handful of times. Let me take a break. Let's get a variety going. Now I saw Megan Trainor. The only people I've seen live, Big Time Rush, Luke Bryan, and then I saw Megan Trainor. I'm like, okay, now I've seen 3 people live. Well, with the exception of Warp Tour, I've gone to Warp Tour.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and I
Oh wow.
saw a ton of people
I was about
live.
to say I've never been to Warp Tour, so that would be dope.
But it was nice but miserable. it was a love hate relationship because it was so great because you were pumped because you saw like
All
all
these.
these artists and all these people in bands and stuff, and you were like with people who were somewhat like you. I kind of felt like not an outcast, but I felt kind of out of place somewhat because everybody there was like for hard like rock, metal, screamo,
Yeah.
whatever, and I was like kind of, which
Yeah.
is what Warped Tour kind of is because you got um what is it, the CMA Country Fest, you got Warped Tour, and then you got what is it, Rock the South, which happens right here. It's usually in Coleman, about an hour drive away,
Mm.
and they have a bunch of country artists play and stuff. Some are known, some are not very well known. Just to get the name out, help people get their name out there.
Right. Right.
So maybe that's something we can look into doing.
Oh, definitely.
Because Sierra always wants to go, and I'm like, I don't really want to go because one, I don't know any artists there, and two, everybody's kind of strangers to me. I'm like, I don't know anybody there or anyone that I can like walk around with and talk with. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean, to bring it back to topic, what the heck were we even?
Talking about alcohol experiences.
Alcohol experiences. So
So
yeah,
you did the funny,
the funny,
and you did the good.
good, and then a bad alcohol experience.
Yes, sir.
That's hard. I mean, because I don't really have any bad alcohol experiences because most of the time I drink at home or I'll drink a couple at a concert, but I'm like kind of reserved. I spread my alcohol out. I'm very like, I tread lightly with it because I know a handful of people around me have had drug issues and alcohol issues, so I'm like, I'm gonna kind of reel back. Um, I guess you could say, um, a bad alcohol experience. Um, I would say, oh, I got one. It was bad. It's funny, but it was mostly kind of bad in not too much of a like. So we were over Matt's, and it was, I forget what it was. It was like a weekend or like I can't remember what the heck it was. Why we were over there, but we decided to buy like different alcohols, and I bought rum.
Oh, you guys were mixing.
Yeah. Well, no. Oh, You wait for this.
Oh,
So
God.
I bought rum chata, which is a milk-based
Yes.
liquor, and I bought Bailey's Irish Cream, which is another milk-based.
Yep.
So, um, and then we bought, I think it was like tequila, basic stuff that was kind of a little cheaper, on the cheaper side. And then we had bought basic, like, I think we bought a case of beer, and we got a beer, and then some coolers, like I think Smirnoffs or Mike's Hards or whatever. And so we took all that and poured them into like red Solo cups. Like each like liquor had its own red Solo cup.
Yeah.
Until we got like a full on triangle. Once we got the full on triangle, we were like, okay, liquor pong.
Oh.
Worst mistake ever. So me and Matt were playing, and Sierra was pregnant at the time. So it was like Sierra was like, "Oh, I can't drink," and I'm like, "Well, then I'll tell you what, you could shoot for me, and I'll be the drinker. I'll play," and Matt played. So when I tell you shoot, but it was all fair because he got one of the milk. He got, I forget, rum chata or Bailey's, and then I got the other one. And then we got to the other liquors, and then it got to a point where we were like really like dazed, and like it was just bad. We were like feeling nauseous, and we were like, you can hear us groaning. And then next thing I know, freaking Matt was in the bathroom vomiting, and he was like, who the fuck chose milk liquor? And I'm like, hey, I like that stuff. It goes down like water. I'm like, and I didn't expect to like play beer pong and drink like these liquors. And
yeah.
And the thing is, whoever poured it hadn't poured like shots worth. It wasn't like, oh, one or two fingers. It was like three or four.
Yeah.
So you're talking like a full like tall shot. And
then the radius too, because you also have to take
because it's
account
not like
that.
usually a shot's a little tiny circle, but you're talking
about
cup.
a solo, so yeah, that radius is
So it was like rough, and then I ended up vomiting after, and then I was like,
damn.
And then I remember laying on the floor, and Sierra was on the couch, and I was laying on the floor, and she fell asleep. And then they went into their room, and I was like, and I was so miserable. And I was like trying to get Sierra to go back to our apartment. And she's like, I don't want to. I'm comfortable. And I'm like, I don't care what you want. I want to be in my bed at home. Like, I don't want to do this crap.
Yeah.
And then she still passed out. And I was like, dude, I was so miserable that night. And I barely slept. And I was like, I woke up the next day, and I'm like, dude, I don't feel like, I still feel terrible. I'm like, we need to go home, and we're staying home. And she was like, oh, I wanted to, go to Bull Moose. I want to go. I'm like, no. I'm like, we're not doing that. Like, if you would have been understanding and went home, and I could have slept in my bed, I could have took some Tylenol and, moved on. But
yeah.
I'm like,
also hydration too.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, one, I need to hydrate. Two, my head hurts. It's pounding because clearly I have a hangover. And three, I am very uncomfortable and in pain because I had been sleeping on the floor. I'm like, when I could have been sleeping in my own bed.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. Like,
yeah. No, I feel you on that.
So. Your turn.
For damn man, that's the thing is like I have a lot of experiences, but I'll tell you about the first time. The first time I actually officially tried like beer and hard alcohol.
Oh, we're doing first times too. I'll let you do yours, and then we can bounce back to me. And I can tell you my first time.
Because like I feel like the first time is like your first experience. You're just kidding. Pretty much, and for me, it was like my mom, she got me twisted tea.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, you got the ice in there. My mom got me twisted teas, but it was a tall boy. But back then, I was virgin, so I never knew.
my thing is that's like, to me, that's the safest way to introduce your kids is to be like, hey, I'm not condoning you to be like, yeah, here, I'm gonna get you a tall boy every single weekend, or I'm gonna get you like, I'm just saying like, if you're gonna do anything, introducing your kid
Start
to
them off
like,
on the moderate
hey,
stuff, not the
you
heavy,
wanna,
heavy stuff.
yeah, you wanna have like a beer or something, like, but like, we're not gonna make this a habit now.
Yeah.
But if you ever feel like, hey, like, I want to drink, I want to have fun, like, talk to me and we can plan something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, you want to drink? Let me go to the store real quick. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're going to plan it out and we'll do it. But, like, I'd rather you drink with me as a parent versus you going out and
Yeah.
still getting a drink anyways with your friends.
Yeah.
Whether that's having your friend go in and get the beer and then bring it out, or get the liquor and bring it out. The next thing you know, you're drinking gin or bourbon and you're freaking passed out on the street, or you're drinking it and then you come home and say like, I think I got raped, and then it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. It's
That
like,
escalated so fast. Yeah.
well, that's the thing. That's how they do it. Like, a lot of male or females will get intoxicated and they don't realize what's going on, and something happens and it's like, are you sure? Because I told you, I wanted you to drink with me. I don't want you going out and drink.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Maybe when you're older you can go out to the bar and like meet people, hang out with people, but I'm like, especially if you're underage, like, keep it under my roof, because if you're out there and you get caught, then you can get in serious trouble, and then they come to me and think I'm misparenting you.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna make me look bad, then I'm not gonna, let you. I'm gonna make you look bad back. I'm not gonna let you drink. I'm not gonna let you do that stuff, because if you're feeding into it,
Yeah.
and it's like, I already was lenient enough to let you try it. I was already lenient enough to say, hey, I'm willing to, let you have
Meet
it
you
here and
halfway.
there.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go and take a mile, then like,
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, no, the first time that I tried it out and stuff like that, I feel like I probably finished it off faster than I probably should, and my mom was just like, "Wow, like you finished that pretty quick." And I was like, "Yeah, it's like it kind of tastes like just juice. It tastes like iced tea." And then sure enough, we went back there, got myself another one, and I started feeling the first one while I was drinking the second one, and
that's
I was
always the
like,
case.
"Oh," I'm like, "Okay, so
That tingly
is
feeling.
this how it feels?" And my sister was with my mom at the time. They were both living together, and I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "Is this is how it feels?" And she was like, "Yeah." It's like you feel a little buzz and stuff like that, but I mean, it was a great time. It wasn't a bad time. I feel like we definitely talked about a lot of stuff and everything like that. And, my mom, she was just like dancing, playing her music and stuff like that. It was very nostalgic because it was just like, damn, like, I kind of miss this because that's what she would normally do when she was with my dad. That when my dad would be gone, she would be like cleaning the house. For some reason, like when you have music and you're Spanish, like cleaning, it's just like
Get you in the mood, and you're like,
it's
quick.
just like you're in a flow. Like it doesn't even matter what's in front of you. You're like lifting up the couch. You're tipping over the refrigerator.
Superman, no, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'll do that too. A lot of times I'll put music on or whatever, and I'll like start moving furniture or organizing like the house, and it's like I get into a flow as well.
Yeah. It's crazy how crazy it happens too, because you didn't even recognize it. You just like once you put on the headphones or you have the music playing and stuff like that, you're just flipping stuff over like it's hotcakes, and it's just like like people are like looking at you, you're just like, oh, I was like, damn, like you got that done pretty fast. It's like, yeah, I need you to get up real quick because I gotta get underneath you. Yeah. But that was good experience. Bad experience. Oh man, that was when I was with my ex and we were living underneath her mom's roof, and damn, that was tequila, and that tequila, man, ooh, you gotta be careful with that. Like literally, like a good amount of people were like pretty damn. Even her mom got like pretty gone and drunk, and she had a pretty like good tolerance, and she knew how to stay hydrated. But we were just like, taking shots back and forth and stuff like that. And I was so gone, but her like our bedroom was on the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally you had to go all the way up the stairs to get to the third floor, and I remember her mom being like, "It's like, all right, come on, Brian, like you gotta go upstairs." Just like, oh, I was like, oh damn, we're gonna have to carry him up there, and then like kind of like looked, I'm like, carry me up there. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, dude, I was actually a little bit impressed by myself because I trooped up that bitch literally all by myself. I'm like, nope, you ain't carrying me. I ran up that bitch like fucking Sonic. I was just like, and then my ex's mom, she was like, damn. I was like, nope, nope, I ain't doing that. But then, best believe, once I finally got into the room, I saw the bed. I'm like, all right, like Windows freaking closing sound, like. I was out, and then my ex came in prior after. she laid on the floor, and her brother kind of like helped me a little bit get into the bed too, because I was still like pretty like intoxicated, so I need a little bit like extra help, and put me onto the bed. And then my ex, she was just like, oh, like I'm just gonna lay here on the floor, and I was like, all right, sounds good. And then her brother was just like, they'll figure it out, closes the door. she woke up like in the middle of the night. She was like, why am I on the floor? I was like, I don't know. She finally got into the bed, and like we both pretty much like passed out and knocked out. Woke up the next morning, and then one thing that, oh my god, one thing they always do is like, oh, want a drink? Every time you wake up in the morning after you had like that freaking hardcore Friday night or Saturday night like liquor drink or whatever like that, wake up, you got like a little bit of hangover. That's the first question they ask you, like, oh, want a drink? It's like, yo, no, I am all set. Like, the next, best believe, like you be having a drink like later in the afternoon, like, motherfucker. And then for funny experiences, damn, that one's a little tricky because I had a lot of funny experiences. Trying to think. Damn, there's like, the thing is, there's so many because like the way that I am when I'm intoxicated and stuff like that, I'm just like a little bit more open. I'm a little bit more goofy and stuff like that, and I have like less care in the world. Um, damn, I can't really pinpoint a good strong one. I remember there was one time. You remember him? Jose.
Oh, the one that was.
Yeah, the one with a little bit of the beard down, and he was like slightly taller than me, and he had that white patch in the back of his head.
Was he the illegal one that wasn't supposed to be here in the United States?
Listen, man, he wasn't illegal, right?
The one that was hopping the border into.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't illegal, right? He wasn't illegal, but
So
he
what
had
was
that
he?
type of He had that type of like characteristics and persona. But
No, I'm like serious. I heard he like wasn't. I thought he wasn't. He had a green card or he wasn't legal. I've heard all kinds.
I don't know
of things.
because like he would joke around about it. And I never
Yeah,
really knew
well,
if
that's
it
what
was
I
real.
mean. He joked around with it, and people would like talk about it, and I'm like, are they? I couldn't
Are
tell.
they being for real?
Are you being for
Are
real?
they
Like,
joking around? See,
'cause
that's
I
the
feel-
thing when it's a little tricky. It's just like, bro, you gotta be a little careful about that because you don't know. Well, especially now. Before it wasn't really too serious, but back then it was just like, okay, like he's just making jokes and shit like that. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, scratch that. I got a little bit of a better one. I went to school intoxicated.
Oh, you're talking about your graduation?
Well, that's another one. See what I'm saying? That's another one, dude. That it wasn't graduation. It was rehearsal. Graduation.
Yeah, rehearsal. That's right.
Because that day I drank like look. First of all, do not drink Natty Daddies. I'm gonna put that point straight out there. Do not drink. Oh my god, Natty Daddies, Four Locos. That's a no go. That's a no go. Especially Four Locos. Jesus Christ, that's another freaking story. Yeah, graduation rehearsal. I was like, what was I? I think I was like two 2 or 3 Natty Daddies deep. And then I decided to finally drink the fourth one because them shits were dirt cheap. I mean, you can get them for like maybe like $2 or maybe $1 a pop. I think now it's like probably like around like 250 or something like that. But I remember my friend Derek picked me up from my house, and then he was just like, "Yo, you ready?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm coming downstairs." I went downstairs, and then on the car, we just chilling and talking and stuff like that. He's like, "Yo, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Let's get the show on the road." And then started driving down there and stuff like that. Got to the Verizon Arena. Back then, that's what it was called. At the time, now it's called SNU. Um, got through the doors and shit like that, just chilling. You know, they're all talking and stuff like that and everything. And then next, I was starting to feel
everything's moving.
yeah, it started catching up, and like the whole the whole arena is doing 360. So I'm like, oh shit. Then I had my boy Felix next to me, and my boy Felix was like, yo, like you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm just. I'm not feeling too good and stuff like that. He's like, all right. He's just like, yo, just like if you ain't feeling too good, it's like, let me know and stuff. I'm like, all right, like thank you, I appreciate that. And I had Derek sitting next to me, and I felt bad. Another dude that got caught in the vomit fucking seats, whatever like that. Oh my god, he dodged that shit like so superb. It was like quick reaction in the video game. He was just like, because I felt it coming up, and I was just like, blah, and it all came out, and I was just like, damn. And then, yo, this motherfucker, I don't remember his name, but me and him, we were chill. And I remember in the background, he was just like, turn down for what? I was just like, fuck, man. I'm like, don't say that, bro, because they're going to automatically know. Like, this dude's entire... Dude, the fucking principal had me do a sobriety test. Like, walk a straight line and shit like that. And I had to tell him over and over again. I was like, I'm not drunk. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good. He was like, oh, okay, all right. Like, we're going to get you home. It's like, dude, do you have a ride? Can someone take him home? And then Derek came out and he's just like, yeah, I'll take him home. I was like, I drove him home, so I'll take him home. And then he's just like, dude, it's just like, if you weren't feeling good, then you should not even like, like you should have told me. And I was just like, it was just coming up and stuff like that. I didn't, want to like say it like all the way through. And then went upstairs, got into my bed, and I pretty much like passed the fuck out. And then the experience with the Four Locos, oh man, that was like, oh, dude, it was when I was getting out from when I used to work at Market Basket, and we had this lady that was hooked us up with like drinks and stuff like that because I couldn't buy at the time because I wasn't the age, and it was the Friday night, getting out from the shift. Got done dealing with all the fucking stupid bullshit and shit like that. Got home, cracked open a couple. First one, I was again feeling pretty nice, and then second one started to feel a lot more, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take a shower because maybe a shower is gonna wake me up, and then I could drink a little bit more. No, no, went inside the shower, freaking that water was hitting me. I was feeling a little too damn nice in that shower. Fucking passed the fuck out in the fucking shower, talking about my pops knocking on the door like, he was just like, Brian, and I was just like, yeah. He was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just in the shower. And then he opened up the door. He's like, Brian, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was just like, I'm just showering. I'm just chilling. And he's like, what do you mean? He's just like, Brian, I found these in your room. He's just like, well, are you drinking these? I was like, you can't be drinking these. Do you know what's in these? I was like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm chilling. Keep in mind, I'm in the shower, bro. Like literally, like still, like kind of like pretty much butt naked. But then when it comes to your parents, like they changed you and stuff like that, so it don't even matter. But literally, like rinsed off and shit like that, dried myself up, and then like my dad like talked to me. He's just like, listen, if you want to drink, like that's fine, whatever like that. I could get you a freaking 12-pack of Coronas or whatever like that. That's fine, but don't be drinking this shit. Do you know what's in here? And then when he told me and stuff like that, I didn't know there was caffeine in Four Locos.
Yeah.
And that's when I came to that realization. I was just like, yeah, I'm all set with Four Locos. I'm all set with Natty Daddies. I'm all set with Four Locos. Just, I no, just never again, never again. And that's the thing with some of these ones that get you quick drunk is that you don't realize the repercussions that it has on you. I mean, there's a reason why it gets you quick drunk, but the quickest isn't always the best,
Yeah.
because you get suffering dealing with the repercussions and the aftermath, because you'll have one, then you'll start drinking the second one, then you start feeling the first one, and
Yeah.
then
You're
you
drinking
go for
it
the
like it's
third
the
one.
longevity, but it's not longevity.
Yeah, and then when you start feeling it and stuff like that, it's hard to like kind of like come to that realization that you're like, oh damn, like I'm pretty fucked up, and you try to do like like eat, or you try to like do your basic functions, and the next like you either pass the fuck out, or like like you're incoherent and stuff like that. So it's crazy, man. But yeah, those natty daddies and those Four Locos, they're a no go. You Now when it comes to like certain like other tall boys and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You might have like some type of safety net, but your best safety net is staying hydrated.
Yeah.
Staying hydrated, keeping a nice balance, making sure that you eat and stuff like that, and keeping yourself aware around your surroundings. Again, like you said, it's better to drink at home than drinking at a friend's place or drinking at a bar. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to a bar, but I don't want to like actually scratch it. I've been to a bar, but I've never like drank to that extent. I had a couple like maybe like like maybe like a couple like small like bottles, whatever, like that, like Coronas, whatever, but like nothing like like too serious.
Yeah.
But it's just about your environment. You want to make sure that like you're in a good environment before you decide to like get yourself all liquored up.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's there. You don't know how people are feeling and stuff like that. You got those some people that just want to be secluded by themselves. By all means. Then you got the people that like want to dance and stuff like that. And then you got those people who are looking for a fight. That's those three ones I was telling you about. Three different types of drunks. That those people that just want to be by themselves and drinking and just chilling, and they're completely fine with that. The people who want to party and like are talkative and chill, like the happy drunks and stuff like that. And then you got like the moody, angry drunks, which those are the ones you kind of want to like keep your distance from, because you don't want to deal with those types of problems.
Yeah. I definitely say I'm more of like on the seclusion side, but I'm also partially towards the dancey party side. It's like I like to have the numbers be small, but also be having fun, listening to music, chilling out, relaxing, doing something, vibing, and doing something that I enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I went out with my ex, and we went to a club. And keep in mind, I'm not a club person, but like I'll go to the club if I have to. And I got done doing a double. I got done doing a double, and I woke up early. I went to the gym, got into my first job, worked there, got out from that job, went to straight to the second one, worked that shift, got home, and then it was because her brother, it was his birthday, and he wanted to go out and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I feel you. So she was like, oh, like, are we really gonna go out, or are you gonna stay home? I was like, no, like, I'll get dressed. It ain't gonna take me that long. It's like, just let me shower up real quick, and then I'll be ready. Best believe, put on my shoes, got my shorts and dressy shirt on, had my hat on, and I was just chilling. And I was dancing. I was out there like dancing, doing my thing, and just chilling, just being me, just being like loose and stuff like that. And it was just like even to the point that I was like literally like doing more than the expectation. Like even my ex, she was like trying to keep up with me. It's like hold on. It's like she's like I need to take a minute. I'm like, you need to take a minute. I was like, I just got done doing a double.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really want to come here, but like it wasn't a force, but like I'm still here, and I'm all out here doing me and shit. Like you wanted me to come here, and I'm here, and I'm outputting what is being required, and I'm doing even more upon that. Not saying that I'm not having a good time, but like I'm here, you know.
Yeah. I'm kind of, that would be outside my comfort zone for me. Because I'm more of like, I like maybe like 5, 6 people and, like in a house. Like,
Yeah.
I would like it to be in my house or in like one of their houses and have it be very simple.
Well, like when we went over to your aunt's house, that was
Yeah,
a chill vibe.
that was chill.
Because
Yeah.
like first of all, your aunt has like a huge, like great amount of space,
Yeah.
and then she has a beautiful home. But like everybody was just chilling, everybody was vibing. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
there was a
start
couple
was-
wine coolers and stuff like that, but
The
yeah.
start was great.
Oh yeah, the
And
start
then,
was like.
then when you
beautiful.
really got into it, where it was like the bourbons came out and all that, and it got
When
too
those
deep.
bourbons came out, I was just like, holy crap, yo! I was like, oh, I'm definitely starting to
Yeah.
feel it. And I was like, hold on, let me compensate for some of this alcohol real quick. Like,
Yeah.
what you got right there? Hold on, let me get some of that pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's why you kept on like saying you were just like eat. He's
Yeah.
like eat, because if you don't eat, it's either it's gonna be gone
gonna
or
fuck you up
or,
in the
or,
morning.
or you're gonna be fucked up. It was like you literally told me, you were just like, this is just the start of it. Like they got more coming. I'm like, you think this is it? No,
I'm
like
like,
they're gonna keep on giving you more.
I'm like, they literally have like a bar just with all different kinds of liquor. They had literally a liquor
I was
cabinet.
impressed. I was impressed by his collection. I was just like, dude, there's so much bourbon here.
Mhm.
That I was just like, dude, I don't even know like the age of this and stuff like that. Then I took a picture of one of the
kinds.
bourbon bottles that he had, and I was just like, damn, I like this one because it had like it was smooth going down, and it had like a nice like slight like cinnamon type of like a dash of something else. And I was like, I'm like, oh, okay, I like this one.
Yeah.
And that one was good. And I think we took 2 shots out of them. We either did 2 shots or 3
Shit.
shots.
We took like two. They weren't even shots. Remember, they were glasses.
Oh
We
yeah,
literally
yeah,
had the
yeah, yeah. Yes,
glasses,
that's right. Yeah,
and
he
we
did
had
glasses.
the ice cubes.
Oh no,
were literally balls.
he had 2 bottles. So we actually took. I think we took 4 shots.
Yeah,
'Cause
because 2 of each.
Yeah.
2 glasses from each.
Oh, so actually, yeah.
2 glasses from each, and then I think he pulled out a third one, and we did shots off of that one.
Yeah. And then we were all sitting at the table and stuff like that.
And then that wasn't even like all of it, because he was like, "Oh, should I bring out another one?" And we were like, I was like, "No." I'm like, "No." I'm like, I could keep going, but I'm like, I need homeboy here to keep up with me when I'm driving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, if we're leaving. And then when we woke up and I saw like how fucked up you were,
Yeah.
I was like, man, you didn't eat enough pasta, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's that.
I'll be honest with you, I was very thankful. I was so blessed that like she allowed
got
us to
another
stay
night.
an extra day. I was so blessed. And I was so happy to actually like be like laying in the bed, because after driving that amount of hours,
And then.
and that was my
heart-
first time. I lost my fucking like my long mile of virginity on these legs driving down here,
Yeah.
because that's the longest I ever drove. And like I told you, I'm gonna stay on you like white on rice, because I ain't trying to lose you and shit like that. The only times it got a little like sketchy was when we went into Georgia, or not
Atlanta.
Georgia. Oh yeah, Atlanta.
Which,
yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. Because it was so like, all the cars are super close, and you're having to like navigate.
And I was like trying to follow, and I kept on looking for the suitcase. I'm like, find the suitcase, find the suitcase, find the suit. I'm like, oh, there he is. I'm like, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah, exactly.
Like I'm
Out
I'm
of state.
out of state, out of state, out of mind. Sorry. And yeah, no, I can't get over how beautiful that the house was. She has.
It's
beautiful-
gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
they fought tooth and nail to get where they're at. I mean, they
The
started off-
RV was nice too.
Yeah. Well, they originally started off with living in a trailer.
Wow.
They lived in a
go
trailer,
figure.
and my uncle was working as a grocery bagger at I think Hannaford, and yeah, he started off doing that. Then he moved up. Then they got a house in, where was it? It was somewhere in New Hampshire. I think it was like Merrimack or somewhere. I know my aunt Pam and my cousin Kaylee and them, they had a place in Merrimack
Oh, okay.
I could take you. It was Turkey Hill Drive, I believe, and
Oh, okay.
I could literally drive there even to this day.
Like that whole neighborhood, I'll be honest with you.
But
Like that we were driving in there, I was just like, I was a little skeptical at first because I was just like, bro, like,
it
do I
took
even
years.
belong here?
Yeah,
I was just like, dude, like, I don't want to like pull in here. The next, minority suspect, minority suspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I don't even know. But then like you had everybody there and stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, let them do their
like
meet and greet, and then I'll slowly ease my way in there. And like, hey, like like you introduced me and stuff like that, and I was just like vibing, and then when the liquor started getting produced it out and stuff like that, started getting a little bit more loose, and then
yeah.
like they invited me to play basketball and stuff like that. I forgot what his name was. It was one of the kids, but he he was so cute. He was like, hey, like choose me, like choose me on your team, like come on. Like you want me on your team, like I got you. I was just like, all right. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with him. And then one of your cousins, not Kevin, but the other one,
Curtis.
I think maybe Curtis. He had the short hair.
That doesn't help.
Oh, damn.
They all have short hair.
I'm trying to remember.
Beard, no beard.
He had a little bit of a beard.
A little bit of a beard. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah, kind of a little bit like
peach fuzz, like
yeah, like a little bit
not
of
an
like
actual
little
beard.
yeah, a little bit of like a peach fuzz. I know for a fact it definitely wasn't Kevin. I just know for a fact.
Oh, if it wasn't Kevin, because Kevin and Curtis have the same amount of beard, just about.
Oh, okay, so it was Curtis. It was Curtis.
Because Curtis has a lot of beard. He kind of like yours, but it's even more puffy.
Oh, okay, so I think
And
it was
then
Curtis.
Murphy has more of like this, where it's like peach fuzz and.
Also, there's Curtis, Murphy, and Kevin.
Well, technically, Murphy is my cousin Kevin's kid, which would make him my second cousin. So technically, everybody there is my cousin, except for my aunt and uncle.
But they're both like well grown, right? Like they're both like above our age.
Not above our age. They're under our age, but they're adults, essentially.
Oh, really? Like, how old is Kevin?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin's like 40, late 40s.
Late 40s. Okay. And then Curtis?
And I think Curtis is like early 40s.
Oh, okay.
Like early, yeah, because they're all not too far off from each other because they were born almost like not back to back, but like
around the same
a couple
time.
of years apart. Each.
I believe it was Curtis.
Caitlin's the youngest one.
Oh, okay.
The one that was dating Mike, who was grilling the shit out of you for no fucking reason. The new introduction to the family.
Yeah,
thinks
I mean, like
he's the shot caller.
I kind of felt like I knew where the route that he was going to, but I was just like,
I instantly got that vibe when I met him because he was way too loose. Considering that I was like, when I got there, I was like, who the fuck is this? Like I know everybody there. Like I look and I was like, oh, like it starts to click and I'm like, oh, I remember you. Oh, I remember you. Like
yeah,
I might not remember your exact name because there's so many of them. Like you saw how many kids there were there.
Because those are a great amount of kids, and then even when we went into the pool and stuff like that, like they're over here shivering and stuff like that, and I'm like over here, I'm like, I wish the water was colder, and then like they're like, look, I was like, you could swim in that, and I was just like, yeah, I was like, I wish the water was colder, and then the kids are like, you're crazy, and like it was just like, wow, I can't believe he's in that water right now. And then even your aunt, and she was just like, oh, like you know, like you're not cold. Like, dude, you want a towel and stuff like that. She was just, that's the thing I love about your aunt. She was just like so attentive. She's like, hold on, let me get you this. Let me get you that. She's like, are you are you hungry and stuff like that. But I know she was being guestess, hospitality. But I definitely appreciate that. And then even with Kevin too, like Kevin, I didn't feel any type of tension because
which one? There's two Kevins. There's Big Kevin, which is Uncle Kevin.
Yeah.
And then Little Kevin.
Yeah, little Kevin. Yeah, little Kevin. Oh, because when he took me outside and stuff like that, I knew he was gonna like try to shoot me with the third degree and stuff like that. But that's the thing though. He was trying to dish so much out to me, and I feel like he was trying to so hard to get underneath my skin. I'm like, dude,
No,
you
that's
can
exactly.
you can try as hard as you can, dude.
But it's fun. It makes you laugh because you're
like, dude,
you're
you
like,
can say whatever you want to me, bro. Like, trust me,
he-
dude. I can take that, bro. Please give me
dude,
more.
like he's like, look at it as like you said, he's trying to get under your skin because he's a very bro type guy. He's very like, you know, he used to run up and like grab Curtis's nipples and twist them. He'd run up, grab mine and twist them, and like he's a very playful dude. He's like, if you want to break the ice and like feel a good vibe,
Yeah.
Kevin's your dude.
I mean, he was even making like racial jokes and shit like that, and I ran with it. I was just
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll work on your roof, and maybe you can get me a couple cervezas and stuff like that." I was just like, "Dude," I was just like, "Dude, there ain't nothing." Like, dude, like, come on now, like this ain't nothing to me. But like I said, the only one that was making me feel some type of way was,
the newcomer.
yeah, the newcomer, because I was just like, dude, what are you trying to prove right now? And your uncle Kevin, like also hitting me with the third degree, but like I felt like he was like, also like a little bit listening to Mike, and then he was listening to me and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, it's not the first time I got like death threats, so it's like I completely understand. So I could be nonchalant with it. The problem that I had was just like this dude really made it out to seem like I was like gonna be a freeloader and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, like you don't know me from a hole in the wall. And he was just like, yeah, you're right. I don't know you, so I don't know what to, like really say. It's like I just, I'm just saying, like, you come down here, and you're with this kid, and like he already has, something going on and stuff like that. So it's like I don't know. I just think it's weird. It's just like
And the thing is that people don't realize. I mean, if we weren't so intoxicated, like I said, different things could have been said. I mean, easily, someone could have been like, "Oh, well, what about you? Maybe you're a freeloader because you went and knocked up my cousin, had 2 babies with her. Maybe you just did that just to get into the family because
you know what I'm saying." And I could have went that route.
You knew our family had money, so what are you gonna do? You see this girl's house. Oh,
dude, I can't even imagine if you were at that table. Because I know you were probably hearing like a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine if you were at that table and then you were hearing the stuff, because it was just like, it's like you can ask me, you can ask Mike. It's like I've been friends with this kid for fucking like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, yeah, like he's been friends with me like for a great amount of time. It's like I don't see this kid like trying to take advantage of me. Like I gave him money, he's giving me money back. We both go back and forth, giving each other money and stuff like that. He's helped me out in ways. I helped him out in many ways. So it's just like we both help out each other.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think that people realize. It's like he's just trying to fit in, and that's all that matters. It's not him trying to It's not he cares about me. It's he's trying to fit in because he knows if he doesn't, try and protect, because he saw how Kevin reacted.
Yeah,
he's like, because Kevin's the big boss, the ringleader. And he's like, oh, so Uncle Kevin was,
being protective,
doing death threats. Like, he's real serious about this nephew Mike. So I need to be real serious about this nephew Mike so I can fit in. And so it looks like, I'm on their side. And if I'm on their side,
I get their grace.
I'll get their grace, and they'll protect me.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to do. And I mean, petty.
Yeah, and it was just like, dude, like I'm not trying to be that type of dude. It was just like, dude, there's a certain line where it's just like, if I don't know the person, then I don't want to like cross that line. But if you keep on, like, he kept on poking me and then that's why I was just like,
yeah, he didn't want to be poked.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I poked him back, and I was just like, hold on, like, let me finish. And then he felt some type of way about that. And then I even apologized about shushing him up. But it was just like, dude, like, I'm trying to explain my part so that way you get a better understanding, so that way you know where I'm coming from, because you think that I'm this type of dude when I'm not. And I know that it's not a racial thing, and I know it has nothing to do with that, which your uncle was very, like, high up top about that. Like, Kevin was just like no, like, I don't care about your color. I don't care about that shit. And I was just like, I'm like, that's fine, and like, thank you, I appreciate that. But what I'm saying is that, like, I've been friends with this kid for X amount of years,
and you're acting like that means
and then for you to come off and think that I would do something like that, or like I'm over here like living at their place and just trying to take advantage of them, is it's kind of disrespectful
Yeah.
because you don't know me from a hole in the wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
you're
like I
you're
was
over
there.
here doing a little bit of the same thing, and I didn't want to say that, but it was just like you're over here
Yeah.
kind of doing the same thing because it's just like, you knocked up one of their, you know their people, and then now you're over here like trying to portray something, and then trying to piggyback off of what he's saying. It's like, dude, like just stay in your lane, do you, keep on doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna stay doing me and doing what I'm doing. Like, keep it capiche and like that. But
Yeah.
but that's
No,
definitely gonna
yeah.
do it for this conversation convo combo, and we will be back with you guys sooner or later. Peace.